Good morning, guys. Welcome to my super ultra lightweight backpacking gear video. I have a trip that I'm trying to do in about a month and a half to 2 months away. It's a couple hundred miles. There's some shelters on it, but it turns out I'm going to be going into the super ultra lightweight category, which is under 5 pounds of gear. I've done ultralight, under 10 pounds of gear many times, and you know, even when I started some years ago, I was 15 to 20 pounds of stuff. But anyways, I've done some weighing in of all my stuff and tinkering around with lots of my gear, and I'd love some opinions and some feedback because I'm still working some things out. With that being said, I'm not going to say what trail it is or how long it is. But this is not everything. I still have, you know, my headlamp and my tent stakes to figure out and some kind of a clothing layering system, but I started out weighing some of my lightest essential stuff, and we're talking super ultra lightweight, so I'm going to be really excited to do that. Again, I've done it before, once in the summer with a hammock when it was, when the weather was good. I didn't even bring a rain fly. Anyways, Z-Pack's Zero backpack. This weighs 8.6 ounces. It's very light. It's my girlfriend's with a very small torso, so I could wrap this around me and actually run or jog, do a little trot if I want. But I'm keeping it very light, and I'm going to be trying to walk as opposed to run. We have a Gossamer Gear 1/8 of an inch closed cell foam pad. It does not have the comfort of the blow up pads. Anyways, that weighs 3.4 ounces. Alright, now we have a tarp that I made. It's using Spinnaker fabric. This tarp without a stuff sack or without stakes weighs 6.1 ounces. So it's very minimalist. I love it. I've used it on the CDT through New Mexico when I wasn't cowboy camping, and it helped me or saved me before through the elements. And I'm still figuring out the stakes that I want, and I'm actually playing around with making the bottom of this complete, sewing a mosquito head net, a mosquito body net that kind of clips to the tarp, and this is a little vinyl poncho that I think I'm going to have the net hang down, and then I'm going to use this poncho and put it in the net and kind of create the walls for the tent, and then put this right on top of it, hence completing a tent at the weight of stuff that you're already carrying, like this poncho. It's 2.9 ounces, it's vinyl. It's not as great as hiking with an umbrella or you know, some of the other rain products, but it's down there in weight, and I could bump it up to my system to keep warm. Like if I'm in a shelter, I put this down as a ground cloth, and then I put my pad on, and then I can kind of wrap this around me a little bit. But this is my quilt. I made it myself. It uses argon fabrics and ClimaShield Apex 2.5 ounce per square yard. It's it's one of my favorite things I've ever made. Yeah, I love it. It's unbelievably comfortable. Summer, this 2.5 ounce per square yard Apex ClimaShield is really nice. I just absolutely love this thing. So anyways, I'm very, very lightweight in stuff. Now, I'm going to be wearing some Ultra Lone Peak 3.0s. Going to be taking some trekking poles. Half an ounce beanie. This trip's going to be in summer again, and my vinyl poncho has a hood on it. So, and by the way, I'm not going to go over the clothing that I'm going to be wearing during this trip, but I'm going to be probably shorts, short sleeve shirt, and then if it gets cold, I'm going to wrap this around my body and then go inside of this poncho. So one of the keys to going super ultra lightweight is to use some of the items that you have for dual purposes. And like I said earlier, I'd love some feedback if anyone has some ideas with how to build a mesh mosquito net or a tent bottom for underneath a tarp. minimalist, you know, rectangle tarp. I'm gonna kind of clip in something just to feel a little bit better when I'm out there, and for bugs and whatever. So Sawyer filter, 2.6 ounces. Yes, you could take aqua mirror, iodine droplets. You know, again, I'm just going over all my stuff and kind of, you know, going as light as I possibly can. And where I'm going, this is just a great item to have. I still need to add the water bottles to my stuff. Okay, so one final item I want to talk about is electronic equipment. I'm filming right now with a very small Canon ELPH. I love this camera. It doesn't weigh much at all. So here's the battery pack and an extra battery. We have the iPhone charger, and that can also use this to charge my backup battery bank. We have an iPhone, and underneath the iPhone, by the way, I took off the case to my iPhone because the case was about 1.5 ounces. Little who knows what material this is, but it's for my camera that I'm using. So again, I just weighed all my electronic equipment, and it's over a pound. So if you want to be modern and film and have the glory of turning on your phone and saying, "Oh, I am here," you know, you're just a little blue dot on the GPS. It's good for navigation. It's good for information. It can save you. So you have to have your stuff. The camera, you know, that I'm using, you want to look back and take pictures and videos, and so you can't deny that electronics are going to be a part of your base pack weight. In this case, it's a little over a pound, 16.9 ounces. So I'm going to kind of wrap up this video, and I started by weighing my big 3 in, and you know, the quilt was 11.5 ounces, and the Z-Packs Zero was 6.5 ounces, and then the tarp that I made was 6 ounces. So, and then I'm gonna kind of go through what kind of stakes I want, and then, you know, lighting, because I may not want to do a headlamp. I might just want a little ultralight flashlight. But anyways, we can see that I'm gonna definitely be going into super ultra lightweight category, which is again under 5 pounds of base pack weight. And for any of you gear lovers out there, I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, you have your Z-Packs backpack, you have your do-it-yourself tarp. There's a lot of fun to be had in backpacking. The do-it-yourself quilt, this is one of my favorite things of all time. For summer, it's small, so I still need to go over my clothing, some other odds and ends. But anyways, super ultra lightweight backpacking gear. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any helpful hints, weight saving techniques, items that I can use, you know, I'll have a small knife. There's a couple items that I'm really missing, but I just wanted to show you as I start laying out some of my lightest things and the methods that I'm going to go. And with that being said, I still want to complete my tarp and build it into a lightweight tent. It's half a pound already, so I want to keep it within under a pound. Alright, so hope you're enjoying your day, hope you're getting out, and happy trails. Thanks for watching.